So I'll just go overview of the meeting in the next 2 days. So our mission statement is to enhance the regional to global collaboration, as Jay mentioned. So our theme is to bring together single-cell communities and around shared goals that include genetics, regional diversity, to construct Asian Atlas towards clinical impact. So we like to create or apply funding opportunities, both local, regional, and international together. And lastly, we'd like to exchange challenges, solutions around ethic and data sharing policy in the regions. We also have ethic working group and DCP representative here in the meeting. So specifically, our meeting goals is to exchange the latest research and ideas that relevant to the needs within our regions in Asia, Oceania. And also to identify common interests to initiate collaborative projects, as well as promote potential new collaboration with other regional HCA, such as HCA Latin America and Africa that represent here as well, that might have some common interests, such as tropical disease or working in resource-limited settings. We also like to build capabilities and nurture talents in Asia and Oceania. And we support all the younger generation investigators. We also want to foster multidisciplinary research collaboration towards medical impact. As we can see from both the speakers and attendants that registered, we have multidisciplinary attendees from basic scientists working in the lab to improve single cells, technologies, to computational scientists, to clinicians of various disciplines. So hopefully we can foster this multidisciplinary collaboration. So lastly, we would like to invite and support economically developing countries to be part of HCA Asia, that HCA generously support travel assistance for those from low to middle income country. So I'd like to thank again the program committees who are working so hard over the past half year, meeting regularly to put together this wonderful program that you will see in the next 2 days, both international committee members and as well as local committee members. I'd also like to thank all the speakers and also organizing teams, the Mahidol University research team staff who helped tremendously with the logistics, the HCA support from John and also Christine, and as well as the organizers that help us putting this meeting together. So this is program at a glance that Jay already mentioned, that we'll have these 3 keynote speakers, Shyam, who will deliver a keynote talk on the IDA project that Jay already mentioned, and Sarah herself will be our keynote, second keynote, talking about mapping the human cell body one cell at a time. So from the conception of the HCA, current stage, and also latest science from her lab at Sanger. And also Alex Chalek will be talking about cancer cell states. So we also have 6 plenary sessions on building cell atlases that will be shared by Shyam and Ananya, and infectious and immune-mediated disease shared by Sanjuti and Varadon. And in session 3, in the afternoon, we'll talk about technologies and analysis shared by Yuki and Christine. Then lastly, we'll have Sarah deliver a keynote speech. And everyone is welcome for the welcome dinner tonight. And we'll announce again at what time and all the logistics. So in plenary session 4, we have equity and collaborations, where we'll have the funders, the HCA regional representatives, and also pitching project that Jay mentioned for possible new collaboration. And everyone is welcome to participate and have discussion we have plenty of time here for discussion, which we think is very important. Follow that, we have poster session. We have about over 30 posters outside that you probably started to see. And then followed by lunch break. And then in plenary 5, we have non-infectious diseases and cancers of various types, which will be shared by Fu Xiao, Natini, and Angela. Sorry. And then in plenary 6, we'll talk about medical impacts, which will be shared by Woong Yang and Poom. And then we'll end with general discussion. That would be open. We have panels, and then we'll open for everyone to participate, shared by Christine and Vimara. So at a glance, this is the overall talks for today in the first day, which you can also find in the meeting website. You can scan QR code on your badge to look at this. Right. With this, I'll turn to Varadom.
All right. Again, thanks, Jay and Ponpan. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Jay, who's probably you noticed he's wearing like a Thai-style shirt, very stylish, very good taste. Actually, I gave that shirt to him, so that's the reason why. Just a kid. So anyway, so apart from all the goals or missions that Ponpan mentions, I think this meetings also served as a good opportunity for Thailand to showcase what we've been doing as quite a small countries. And I think in parallel, probably this is the experience that we have gone through so far. Probably would be something similar to other Asian countries. So in the next few minutes, so if you can bear, and so I'd like to share the story with you a little bit on this. So basically, we started doing single cell in Thailand about 3-4 years ago. And it was a pretty long and difficult road because obviously at that time, both Ponpan's and my labs are very small. So we have to put all the members together to work on this. And we got questions like, why are you doing this? I mean, nobody else in the country is doing this. Why would you want to buy that machine? Because nobody else is doing that. So those kind of questions, I think maybe it's an aspect that people in developed country probably haven't experienced so much. So I think that would be one aspect that we can talk about in developing countries as well. So we got a lot of help from Sarah Teitman herself. So we got the Newton Fund a few years ago, and which is co-funded by the TSRI and also NSTDA. So we visited the Sankar Institute in the UK there a few years ago. That's myself and Ponpan. So we were there for a few months. And a year later, we set up the first single cell meeting, which is completely public and free, and trying to promote the single cell omics in the countries. And then we got series of the funding, obviously. So in terms of joining SCA Asia, so I have a privilege to meet very productive and inspiring people like Shyam, Jay, and Woong Yang. And then we kind of joined like the IDAS after the initial phase in the year 2000. Got the first funding from the Chan Zuckerberg initiative. Thanks Norbert for that. For the first time in 2020, and also a year later, we also part of the what we call IDA 2.0, which you would hear a little bit more from Shyam in a minute. And then obviously Ponpan become of the Asian SCA Asia governing body, right? That's the word. And also we doing the single cells SCA Asia conference today. So in Thailand, basically, as I said, even though it's quite a long and difficult road, but we managed to get kind of like the first of its kind equipment in Thailand. But that would not be possible with the funding from several funding agencies, which I like to quickly name check if you don't mind. Obviously, the Sankar Institute, Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, Human Cell Atlas, and also some funding agency in Thailand who recognize the importance of doing the forefront of research, including PMUC, PMUB, the NRCT, the National Research Commission Thailand, obviously Mahidol University, and also from NSTDA as well. So as I mentioned, that a few years ago we joined SCA through collaborations with the IDA project. So we kind of like in the second wave, if you like, after initially started by Shyam from Singapore, Woong Yang from Korea, and Jay from Japan. So as I said, we got the first funding, a small funding, but I think it's showcased, how we being part of the community quite early on. And last year, we got the second funding from the CCIs through IDA 2.0 as well. So I just want to quickly mention that in Thailand, we're not like just focusing on the research, but we try to expand and basically, collaborate with more people and disseminate, our knowledge to different regions of Thailand as well. So in the IDA 2.0s, we're expanding our collaborations to different universities outside Mahidol as well, basically through different regions in Thailand, as you can see here. And I just want to give a quick shout on Chiang Mai University, Khon Kaen University, and also Prince of Songkla University in the south. And at Mahidol ourselves, we have a great help from Professor Manop and Dr. Poom at Sirat Hospital, who help with all the clinical samples. So this is so this is our team so far. So after Ponpan and I, we started. Now we're expanding the group. We have new PIs, including Varadon, Ananya, and Vimora, which I forgot to put in here, sorry. And last but not least, our communities are growing. So these are a few names that I can gather around. So there are more and more people in Thailand start doing single cells, and hopefully they will join SCA as well. So I just want to quickly name check them. Ananya and Varadon, who are already in the committee today as well. We have Natinis, Shanitra, Professor Somponat, and Gongthanat, who's doing tumor heterogeneities from Sirat Hospital, from Ramathibodi Hospital. We have some collaborators at Chulalongkorn Hospital as well. So basically, these are the main medical schools in Thailand. Professor Tarak, Professor Nipan, and also Dr. Yosawat from the Chulapon Research Institute as well. So here's kind of like how the journey is we've been through, and we're very grateful to have a chance to host this meeting today.